Welcome to the Make It Happen with Will Polston podcast.
You said you've had failures, and for a lot of people, when they have failures, and this is where I was interested to go with it, is that when they have that failures, they have the shame because they're like, I've failed, I'm a failure. They take on that identity, or they have the guilt because they feel like they've let somebody down because they've failed. So, what's been a failure of yours, a standout failure, and then what was your thinking around it that for you meant that there was no shame, there was no guilt that enabled you to
Yeah, I guess I'll hit the second part of that question first, because for me, the reason why there was really no shame is because I was in the middle of every day interviewing people about their failure. So I just knew it's part of the game. Like, this is what happens when you push the envelope, when you try new things, when you get outside of your comfort zone, you're going to fail. And so, like, if you're not failing, by the way, that's actually something to kind of be shameful about, because that means you're not trying new things and pushing the envelope and getting out there and, trying to change the world, because you're just staying in your comfortable little zone, like wherever that might be. So I've always been very proud of getting out there, swinging the bat. And, when I failed, again, I've been disappointed because I want things to not fail. I want things that succeed, but I'm not disappointed by it. But I'm not really shamed or guilted by it, because I'm like, oh, well, this just means that I'm pushing the envelope like I want to. So a great example for me was, I thought that I was going to launch this all done for you podcast servicing platform back in 2013. I was going to call it Pod Platform, where it was a done for you podcasting service. Will, you record your audio, you send it to me, my team does the rest. And hey, there's many, many companies right now that are doing this, and they're doing really well. Some are crushing it. And we recommend some great companies that do this stuff for you right now in 2020, when there's, by the way, 100,000 podcasts being launched every month. Back in 2013, different area, different time. It was too early. It was a great idea, too early. So it failed. It just did not get any traction because there were just not enough people who were podcasting that were interested in having a service like that. And, podcast monetization hadn't been proven yet. I've now generated $100,000 plus in net profit 87 months in a row. So I've proven the monetization table for podcasting. Other people have. Spotify's dropped 9 figures on Joe Rogan, undisclosed sums from Michelle Obama, Prince Harry, fill in the blank. Monetization is here for podcasting. So people are willing to invest in their podcasts, but back in 2013, they weren't. And so I was just early, and I shifted, I pivoted, and I launched Podcasters Paradise, which is still today the biggest podcasting community in the world, teaching people how to create and grow and monetize your podcast. So I shifted from that failure into what is our biggest financial success.
Love that. Thank you. And one of the key things that I took from that quite early on was you said that because you're in that environment of so many people talking about the failures, for you, it was just well, this is just part of what success is, right? In order to become the success that you might want to be, it's just part of it, which is...
Yeah. And once you achieve success and you want to keep achieving higher levels of success, which we've been striving for the past 8 years to do, you're going to continue to have failures along that route. And that is completely fine.
You can find the full episodes of the Make It Happen with Will Polston podcast here on YouTube, on iTunes, Spotify, and all other major podcast platforms.